Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Hawkins Field, right in the center of Vanderbilt University's beautiful campus. And we've got a dynamite game for you today. USN taking on the Panthers of FRA. And both teams have just taken the field. USN is the home team today in the all-whites with the red stirrups. And FRA in the familiar navy blue, silver pants. Starting on the mound for USN today is Charles Cook, the sophomore, number 7. He's had a strong start to the season. And we'll look to continue on that today as USN looks for their first win in district action. Let's see if we can run down the players for you. We've got Carson Darr behind the plate. Looks like Oliver Stahl at first base. Eli Whelan over at third. Alexander Peck in the familiar shortstop position, number 9. AJ Truss at second base. And we've got Harry Stahl in left field, number 4. Andrew Walker looks to be in right field. Andrew Walker in center field. Eli Schuster, number 10, in right. And we're about to get underway. You can hear the fans. First pitch to Zenner hits him, and he walks to first base. So, one pitch, one base runner for the Panthers on a hit by pitch. That brings up Riggs, right-hander, to face Charles Cook. USN in the familiar home team's third base dugout. FRA over on the first base side. First pitch is in there for a strike. So Charles gets ahead of the second hitter. 0-1. Working from the stretch. Gets the sign. Runner goes. Pitch is popped up towards foul territory. Running out of room is Harry, and it falls into the bleachers. So Charles is now out in front, 0-2. Let's see if he can fool Riggs here. See if he tries to waste a pitch or comes right at him, tries to put him away. Center with a short lead from first. Pick off. Didn't get him. So Zenner on first after the hit by pitch. 2 straight strikes from our man Charles. And here's the 0-2. Up high for a ball. Very conspicuous at bat from Riggs. He's got neon pink batting gloves and a neon yellow bat. Could pick him out even in the dead of night. The 1-2 is in the dirt. Synthetic dirt. 2-2. FRA's coach over at third base exchanges a little nonverbal communication with Riggs. Cook has the sign. He fires. It's out into right field. Coming over is Schuster. He's going to have room, and he's got it. So that's the first out of the afternoon. And we've got one away. That brings Potts to the plate for FRA. He's a little guy, right-hander. As is Charles Cook on the mound. One away, runner on first. Zenner's off to a walking lead. And there he goes. Darr's throw is down there. It's not going to be in time. It's off towards the left field side. And so Zenner steals second and is now in scoring position. The pitch missed for a ball. So the count is 1-0 to Potts. They're not really going to hold Zenner. Center has a good 10 feet lead. And Charles calls for time. So they work out the situation, how they're going to exchange signals with a runner on second base, and we're ready to get back underway. 1-0 the count to Potts. Cook comes set, throws home, ball 2. They're trying to get him back behind the play at second. Great throw from Carson, but not in time. So Zenner remains at second base with 1 out and a 2-0 count to Potts. Now they're going to hold him. AJ's over there. Pitches in the dirt again. Ball 3. So we'll see with the runner in scoring position and 1 out if they've got Potts swinging away or if he's going to take here in the hopes of drawing a walk. Here's the 3-0. Hammer down the line, but foul. Just outside the third base bag. That had double written all over it. But it was a few feet wide to the left. So he was swinging away, and now it's 3-1. We'll see if our man Charles can battle back. Still working from the stretch. Comes set at the belt. Here's the 3-1. It's in there for a strike, fouled back to the screen. So he's worked it back to a full count. Trying to get that crucial second out. Has the sign. Comes set. The 3-2. Hammered to left field, but foul. Possibly off the basketball arena. Couldn't tell from here. So we're deep into the count here. It's a 6-pitch at bat thus far. Count is full. The 3-2. Swung on and hit towards left field. This could be trouble. It's off the wall. Scoring easily is Zenner. And firing it in from left field keeps the runner at second base. They call for time. So Potts doubles on 3-2 count. That brings Zenner home. And FRA leads it 1-0. Had there not been an elongated wall, maybe 25, 30 feet high in left field, that would have been a home run. And what a memory that would be to hit a home run at Vanderbilt Stadium for a young high school player. First pitch to Gadsey, the center fielder, is high for a ball. Here comes the 1-0. Ground ball to third base. Short hop picked up by Whelan. Fires it over. He's got him. They're going to try to get him at third. They can't do it. But they do get the runner at first. So Gadsey is down with a ground out. 5-3 put out. Potts advances to third. So with 2 outs, 1 run is in. 1 runner is on third. And Travers, the pitcher, comes to the plate. He, like Riggs before him, has the neon pink batting gloves. Left-hander. Slight of build. Stands in close to the plate. Here's the pitch from Charles. In there for a strike. 0-1. Charles has shown good command of the strike zone here in the first inning. 1 hit and a hit by pitch thus far. The 0-1 is fouled back into the football stadium, which is under construction. 0-2. It would be huge to strand the runner at third base here in this first inning. USN trails 1-0. Here's the 0-2. In the dirt, nice block by Carson. Was off to his left a little bit. Tough fall to keep in front, but he did it very well. So that moves the count to 1-2. Travers, the pitcher, looking to help his own cause here in the first inning. Charles is set. Throws it in, up high. For a ball, 2-2. Many of the illustrious USN faculty are here today. We see the great Joel Bezaire, who managed USN middle school baseball for many years. 2-2 is wide for a ball, working the count full. Matt Lukacs, former middle school golf coach. Now he helps with the cycling teams, I believe. Teaching 6th grade. Of course, the great Jason Schuster. 3-2 is fouled back. Former bowling coach, Eli's dad. And stellar math teacher, one of the greats. Count still full to Travers. 90 feet away is Potts at third. Pitch is up high, and that's going to be a walk. So Travers gets to first base on balls. And now we have what's always the defensive nightmare, the first and third situation. But with 2 outs, a little less dangerous. If you can throw the man out at second, the inning is over and you don't have to worry about the fellow on third. Hinthorn comes to the plate. He is playing third base today. Right-hander. It's in the dirt, but it got past Carson. He can't find it. It's well behind him at the backstop. Taking 2 bases is Travers, and scoring is Potts. So FRA's lead is now 2-0. Travers advances to third on the wild pitch or passed ball. Tough to say which it is. I will choose not to voice an opinion. Tough play for the catcher, but I think Carson would have wanted himself to make it. Next pitch is fouled back to the screen. 1-1. Hinthorn stands in. Bat rests on his rear shoulder. Coming set is Charles. He throws. It's behind the batter. Ball 2. So another runner on third, and Charles is desperately trying to work out of this first inning jam. Here's the 2-1 in there. Oh, no. Oh, it was. Okay, yes. And I must have misjudged the count because that is strike 3. The inning is over. So we got a strikeout looking for Hinthorn. And that concludes the top half of the first. So we've got 1 hit, the double by Potts, a walk, a hit by pitch, and 2 runs. So through half an inning, FRA leads USN 2-0. Leading off the bottom half for USN will be Eli Whelan, the freshman, Alexander Peck, and Carson Darr. Travers, who was stranded on third, will have to get himself ready and head out to the mound to warm up. He was a left-handed batter. We'll see if he... No, looks like he is a right-handed pitcher. First warm-up pitch goes to the backstop. So we could have a high-scoring affair today. We'll have to see. Can't tell too much from one warm-up pitch. But he certainly throws with plenty of velocity. wearing the number 8. Showing a curveball, but didn't have too much control of that particular one. Meanwhile, Eli Whelan in the on-deck circle sizing him up. And the catcher throws it down to second base. And we're ready to get underway. Many of the students from USN's lower school are in attendance, running around on top the home dugout, having a great time. And they couldn't have a more beautiful day for it. 65 degrees, sunny, and the first pitch to Eli Whelan is a strike. Travers ahead 0-1. Second pitch up high for a ball. Looks to be somewhere around the mid-80s, if I had to guess it. Maybe even a little higher than that. Fastball in there for a strike, 1-2. Set on the left edge of the rubber into the windup. Here's the 1-2. Curveball, got him. Eli swung and missed. And so we've got one away in the bottom of the first. Stepping in is Peck, University of Arkansas commit, wearing number 9, playing shortstop. First offering is up high and inside for ball 1. Curveball missed called a strike. Got the inside corner. Working quickly is Travers, the 1-1. Down low. 2-1. Peck looking very menacing, standing in the rear of the box. 2-1 is popped up towards the bullpen on right field. It's going to be just foul. Not a lot of room over in foul territory here at the Hawk. And FRA ran out of it quickly. Although that ball did land in the field of play, but they couldn't get there in time. So that moves the count to 2-2. No one aboard, 1 out. Bottom of the first. Peck stands what must be about 6'4". Very menacing in there. We got a little short pop-up towards second. And it's caught. Peck got jammed. Couldn't get too much on it. And it was an easy play over at second base for Gaunt. And USN is 2 up, 2 down in their half of the first. Now we see Carson Darr, the great senior catcher. First pitch up high for a ball. The 1-0 is likewise up high. And Carson's ahead 2-0. Here comes the 2-0. Outside for ball 3. Carson steps out for a moment. Travers 2 looks to reset. Takes the glove off, puts it back on. Carson steps in for the 3-0. Here's the pitch down low, and Carson gets a 4-pitch walk. And so USN will look to get a 2-out rally going here in the first. And it'll be Andrew Walker trying to keep it going. Natural right-hander, but he'll bat from the left side. First pitch a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Travers checking over to first base, gives Carson a long look. Carson with an average lead. Not going. Second pitch is a ball. 1-1. Coming set is Travers. Again, Carson not very far off the bag at all. The 1-1 is down and away for ball 2. More and more fans filing in. We must be somewhere around 200 at the moment. Pickoff attempt not in time. Carson beat it back easily. His lead is not so scary over at first base. The pitcher again fakes a pickoff this time, and Carson dives back. Travers is set now for the 2-1. Low and inside for 3-1. So USN doing well to get Travers' pitch count up. Here's the pitch to Andrew. It's in the dirt for ball 4, so back-to-back walks for USN. Has now a runner in scoring position in Carson Dar. And Andrew Walker takes first base as Harry Stahl comes to the plate. Harry is a sophomore, also batting left-handed, wearing number 4. The tying run on base. Great chance for Harry to do a great service to his teammates, get home one, or possibly both of the runners. Outfield playing at moderate depth. They're not holding Carson at second. Harry with a ground ball to second, and it's going to be a 4-6 putout to conclude the first inning. So USN leaves 2 runners on board and is unable to score. 2 walks, no hits. And after 1 inning, the score is FRA 2, USN nothing. Tigers resume their place on the field, and the first one out there is young Charles, standing on the mound, getting ready to go. Carson needs an extra moment to get back into the gear. He was one of the runners stranded. But he emerges now from the dugout. And it looks like USN will be ready to go. Charles sends one last pitch in. It misses badly. Carson gets a ball from the umpire, sends it down to second base. And we're ready to kick off the second. Leading off the second for FRA is Pinkston, left fielder. Right-handed hitter. Charles's first pitch is swung on and missed. Caught the outside corner, nicely done. So he's in front early, 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Up high for a ball. No, the umpire calls strike. Sorry, I thought it was up high. But instead, Charles is ahead 0-2. Pinkston in close to the plate. He's touching the back right corner of the batter's box. Curveball missed wide outside, moving the count to 1-2. That close to the plate, Charles will have an opportunity to freeze him with a curveball, make him think he might be in danger of being hit, and it comes back in there for a strike. But Charles misses with the 1-2, and now it's 2-2. Here's the windup and the pitch. It hit him. Second hit by pitch in as many innings for Charles. And in both cases, it was the leadoff hitter of the inning who was the recipient of the projectile. So Pinkston's at first base with no one out. And Hagen, the first baseman, batting in the 8th spot, coming to the plate. Little submarine delivery from Charles there. I love that. In there for a strike, 0-1. Comes set at the belt. Another little submariner. And he tried to bunt it. It was popped up for an out. And they caught the runner halfway to second. Carson Darr with a great play, retreating back, caught the foul bunt pop-up, then threw it on to first base, over to Stahl for the double play. Outstanding. So with that, we've got 2 away here in the second, and no one on. First pitch is strike to Gaunt, the 9-hitter. Here's the 0-1. That one is up high. Evening the count at 1-1. Fastball fouled back over towards Jess Neely Drive and the tennis courts. So that moves the count to 1-2. Charles with a chance to put the second inning to bed. But it's in the dirt, 2-2. Here's the pitch. Fastball, chopper over to third base. Nice play from Eli. Fires it over, and they've got him. So the second inning is over. I can't say 3 up, 3 down, but he faced the minimum. It was the hit by pitch, then the double play, and then a routine 5-3 putout. No runs, no hits, no one left on. And through 1.5, USN still trails, but only 2-0. For USN in their half of the second, it will be A.J. Truss, the sophomore, Charles Cook, and Eli Schuster in the 6, 7, 8 spots. Fans continuing to roll in. Little kids running around the stadium everywhere. Plenty of room to do so. They're having a great time. As well they might. I don't know if you can hear it, but the little kids have a "Let's Go Tigers" chant going as they run in circles up and down the bleachers. And we'll see if that sparks a rally from USN in their half of the second. We've got AJ to lead it off in the left-handed batter box. First pitch from Travers is a fastball hit right back up the middle between Travers's legs. Can AJ beat it out? He can! The throw is in the dirt, and AJ legs out a single. I'm not sure it would have had him anyway. It was a slow roller that got between the legs of Travers. The second baseman scooped it up for FRA, but his throw got away from the first baseman. And again, I'm not sure it would have been in time anyway. So AJ with a leadoff single. We got to give him the single for that. Nicely done. Bringing up Charles. First pitch is a fastball low and away for ball one. So maybe the young people did indeed spark a rally for USN. It's a great start to the bottom of the second. 1-0's in the dirt. Charles is ahead. 2-0. Taps the plate with the white aluminum bat. AJ takes off. Pitches in there for a strike. He throws down there, and I think they've got him, and they have. Great throw from the catcher. Center threw it just in the right spot. And it was a close play, but the throw clearly beat AJ down there, and he was out. I believe the pitch was a strike, so we should have 2-1 to Charles with now 1 out and no one on. Pitch is in there for a strike. Two is in the dirt. That gives us a full count. And here's the 3-2. Swung on and missed. Strike three. So Charles is down. And Travers has the second out of the second inning. We'll see if USN can spark a 2-out rally with young Eli Schuster, the freshman, standing in. Eli swings hard and misses at the first one. Here's the 0-1, and that is in there for a strike as well. So Eli's down 0-2. Here's the 0-2 from Travers. Swung on and missed. Strike three. So 3-pitch strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts for Travers. Ends the second for USN. They had the leadoff single from AJ, but he was caught stealing, and that was followed by 2 strikeouts. So through 2 innings, still FRA 2, USN nothing. Tigers over in a little huddle, with the exception of Charles and Carson, over just outside the third base dugout. They'll try to keep it to a 2-run game as we move into the third. It'll be back to the top of the order for FRA. Carson fires it down to second. Perfect throw. Both pitchers have worked fairly quickly, I should say. It's been a very efficient game. In particular, Travers for FRA. He doesn't waste any time. So Zenner to lead it off. In his first at bat, he was hit by the first pitch of the game. And the first pitch of this bat is inside and ripped into the FRA dugout, scattering players to every side. Charles is ahead 0-1. Working from the windup. Here's the pitch. Curveball just missed up high. 1-1 count to Zenner. In the windup is Charles. Here's the pitch. Got him swinging down low. Nice pitch. Pitch bounced into the plate, but Zenner was fooled, and Charles has him now 1-2. Into the windup. 1-2 on the way. Fouled off towards the first base side. Charles has continued occasionally to mix in the submarine delivery, and he did just then very effectively. And we'll see what his delivery looks like here on the second 1-2 offering. This one more conventional, popped up towards shallow center. Walker is under it and puts it away. So USN has the first out of the third inning. Bringing up Riggs, who flew out to right field in his first at bat. Pitch from Charles is in the dirt. Bounced off the backstop and hit the umpire in the rear. That is a rare achievement indeed. I wish you could have seen it. Cook in the windup throws the 1-0, and it hit him. So it is the third hit batsman for Charles Cook in as many innings. And Riggs ambles down to first base with one away. That brings up Potts, who doubled and scored in the first. Charles throws over to first, nearly had him. But Riggs beat it back, got under the tag. And there he goes. Pitch is hammered to third. Whelan is only able to knock it down. He has no play. Advancing to second is Riggs. And we'll call that a hit up here in the booth. So 2 aboard with 1 out now for the cleanup hitter, Gadsey, number 6. Not a tall player, but very stocky. You can see he's a powerful young man. Surely that's a big part of why he's batting in the cleanup position. First pitch is hammered to shortstop, but it's going to be a line drive caught by Peck and over to second for a double play. It is the second double play turn by USN in the last 2 innings, and it brings the third to a close. So we have 1 hit by pitch, as we have had in each inning, 1 single, and 1 left on the double play. Score remains 2-0. We're going to move now to the bottom of the third. Well, I made a terrible call early, I guess. I said early in the game that it looked like we might have a shootout, a lot of runs scored, and all of a sudden it's turning into a pitcher's duel. 2-0 game. Runs at a premium. For USN in the third, we're going to see Oliver Stahl hitting out of the 9 spot, followed by the top of the order, Eli Whelan and Alexander Peck. It's still Travers for FRA. He concludes his warm-up pitches. And we're ready to get it going. Another left-hander for USN, and they've had several thus far. First pitch to Stahl is swung on and missed. 0-1. One is in the dirt. It's been mostly fastballs for Travers. He's mixed in some curveballs, but fastballs are the majority of what the Tigers have seen thus far. The 1-1 misses and moves it to 2-1. Here comes the 2-1. That is low and inside for ball 3. So the famous hitter's count at 3-1. Here's the pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. So we move to a full count. From the windup. Here's the pitch. Missed outside, and Oliver's very glad to get the walk, hustling down to first base. Shadows are getting a little longer as we move into the early evening. Creeping towards the pitcher's mound now from towards home plate. Top of the order with Eli Whelan. And Eli was hit by the first pitch, so FRA returning the favor now. And USN with 2 aboard and no one out. And that means that the potential go-ahead run is young Alexander Peck, and there's no one you'd rather have it be at this point in time. Here's the pitch. Curveball up high. Alexander popped up to second base in the first inning. This ball is turned on and hammered towards the left field wall, but foul. It was an inside pitch that he did well to get around on, but just pulled it a little too far. So it's 1-1. Here's the pitch. Up high. 2-1. Pitcher comes set at the belt. Looks things over. Here's the pitch. Another one inside. He fouled it off his ankle. Didn't like that too much. He's going to walk it off a little bit. But he's all right. And the count is 2-2. Alexander takes his place in the box. Travers is set. The 2-2. Curveball. Just in. Oh, no, it got him. Yeah, it looked like it was a strike from up here. The umpire didn't signal, but it broke back in for a strike. That was a very nice curveball indeed. And Peck struck out looking for the first out of the third inning. That brings up Carson Darr with 2 runners on and 1 out. Pitch is hit towards the hole and through. Turning around third. No, they're going to hold him. Stahl had made the turn, but he was held there by Coach Colbrin. And that leaves the bases loaded with 1 out. And the great Andrew Walker coming to the plate. Andrew Walker, we have to give him a huge shout out on this program because he is the engine that makes USN broadcasting go. And he has done a tremendous job all year supporting us. First pitch is swung on and missed. So we have such a huge appreciation for what he does for the broadcasting program, not to mention his excellence on the diamond. An outstanding pitcher in his own right and center fielder, which is where we find him today. He's just a few pitches over the number that would permit him to pitch for us today. 1-1 is fouled right over my head, although I'm well protected up here in this booth for sure. And the count is 1-2. Bases loaded for Andrew Walker. Coming set, dealing is Travers. Swung on and missed. Curveball got him. So that's a big strikeout with 1 out. And the bases remain loaded for Harry Stahl. Sophomore batting left-handed. Harry grounded out to second to end the first. First pitch is in the dirt, 1-0. Travers wanting to move a little quicker. He's a quick rhythm pitcher. We've seen that all day. 1-0 is fouled off. So the count moves to 1-1. Tying run is in scoring position. USN trails by 2. And the bases are loaded. Harry steps back in. Travers comes set. Here's the pitch. Swung on, grounded to second again. And it's another 4-6. So Harry does in the third what he did in the first. And unfortunately, it leaves the bases loaded. So we're through 3 innings here at the Hawk. FRA 2, USN nothing as we head to the 4th. We greatly appreciate you being with us for tonight's game. Always a very exciting night for the players to get to play at the home field of a 2-time national champion and dream the dreams of doing something equally spectacular themselves with their young baseball careers. We also want to give a great thanks to longtime friend of USN, Grace Ann Lukacs, who did a lot of work to make tonight special, setting up food and pom-poms for everybody, special deals, coordinating special deals with local pizza establishments. We greatly appreciate all her work to make USN a better place for everybody. Charles remains the pitcher as we move into the 4th. It's going to be Travers, Hinthorn, and Pinkston for FRA. Charles gets a few last instructions from the dugout. And here's the pitch. Just high and outside. Carson tried to frame it in there, but nothing doing. And it's 1-0. Into the windup is Charles. Pitches a base hit into right field. Cutting it off well is Schuster. Gets it back in. And holds Travers to a single. That brings up Hinthorn, who struck out looking to end the first. Coming set is Charles. Big lead, not going. Ground ball right through the hole on the third base side, base hit. It's split, Peck and Whelan. And just like that, 2 quick hits. And 2 runners are aboard for FRA as they currently enjoy a 2-0 lead. No one out here in the top of the 4th. Pinkston stands in. Charles is set. Squares to bunt, pulls it back. They've got the runner halfway to third. They've got him. Yes, he tried to slide under the tag, couldn't scoot in. And Travers is put out. So we've got 1 away in the top of the 4th. Hinthorn still at the plate. Pinkston still at the plate. 1 out. Not advancing on the play was Hinthorn. He remains at first. Charles comes set. First pitch curveball in there for a strike. Coach Scouten joining us up here in the booth. I'm looking around to see if we can get an extra mic for him. But this one might do. I think this will pick him up if he just wants to jump in.
How's it going over here at Hawkins?
What a great night. Isn't this a special thing?
Oh yeah, this is started by Coach Gimblett. It's a fun thing for us to offer to our students. Get a chance to come over, watch our high school baseball team play within eyesight of our own campus, and get their chance to play on Hawkins Field. It's really great.
Big lead for Hinthorn on first, not going, and the pitch is fouled back to the screen, which I believe moves the count to 2-2. Pinkston was hit by a pitch to lead off the second. Here's the 2-2 in the dirt, ball 3. Oh, no, sorry, it was a strike. The umpire not very demonstrative with his strike calls, which has baffled me a few times. But walking back to the dugout after a strikeout looking is Pinkston, and we've got 2 away. FRA got a little too aggressive on the base pass, and it cost them. They had first and second with no outs. Now, only a runner on first with 2 away. First pitch is fouled off towards the third base side by Hagan. Hagan is the one who bunted into a double play in the second inning. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. So a chance for Charles to get out of the 4th here. Big lead again for Hinthorn over at first, but he hasn't gone so far. Sort of leaning that way, but he doesn't go here, and swung on and missed. Strike 3, side is retired, and the Tiger faithful come to their feet, waving the blue and white pom-poms in the air. We go to the bottom of the 4th. FRA still clinging to a 2-run lead at 2-0. Coach, give us a little insight. How's the lacrosse season going for us?
Lacrosse is going well. We're 2-2 coming back from spring break. We went 1-1 prior to the break, and then we're 1-1 in our first week back. So big week this week. We play on Wednesday at home against Independence, a non-region, non-district game. And then we have our first region game on the road in Chattanooga against Boyd Buchanan, who we played against last year. I think they'll come ready for us. We had a 1-goal victory over them at the buzzer last year after holding a lead for much of the game, and they fought their way back and tied it up, and we were fortunate enough to get the goal and move on to the state semifinals. But first game of the division, tough one to travel all the way down to Chattanooga and play, but I think the boys will come ready, and they've been looking good coming back from break. A little rusty in our first game back against Franklin High School, and then boys played really well on Saturday against Hillsboro out at the River campus.
Love to hear that. What's the start time? You know off the top of your head, start time on Wednesday for people who want to come out and see the home game?
Wednesday, 5 o'clock, River campus. We've got home games all week this week, actually. After this game here at Hawkins, we've got a doubleheader tomorrow night, girls lacrosse and soccer at 5 o'clock at River campus. Boys lacrosse on Wednesday at 5 o'clock. And then we've got senior night for our soccer boys on Thursday, 4:30 JV, 6 o'clock varsity.
There's no better time of the year than springtime at the River campus. All is great stuff going on, and all is great to support all the great sports that USN has going on, and especially a senior night. We got senior night, as you heard Coach Scouten say, for boys soccer this Thursday. And I assume those ceremonies will be sometime in the 6 o'clock hour with the 6 o'clock start. So
that's right. Just before varsity starts at 6, we'll recognize our 7 soccer seniors. I'm having a good time watching my advisee, AJ Truss, here. Unfortunately, he looks at third strike, tries to put a bat to it, but unable to catch up with that one.
AJ was 1 for 1 with the single, but was caught stealing in the second inning. Charles takes a strike. Travers still working efficiently and effectively, throwing hard. And the 0-1 is fouled back to the screen. So very quickly, Charles is behind 0-2. Many high school pitchers like to go to the curveball here. Let's see if he does. No, it was a fastball, and he got him. So 2 straight strikeouts to start the 4th for Travers. He's in a good rhythm now, and we'll see if Eli Schuster can break it up. The great Justin Carpinos, 5-6 rows in front of us, cheering him on. First pitch is fouled back behind home plate. Over the netting to the right. 0-1. 0-1 jams him. He fights it off. Also foul. And a one-handed catch? No, it got past him. Looked like an opportunity for the fan to make a one-handed catch. Instead, kids are all over it. As the ball clatters around the bleachers. And the umpire calls for a new ball. Or 2. So Eli's behind 0-2. Travers looking very tough. But Eli's been on him. Curveball missed inside. Eli looking to fight back. Taps the plate. Stands in. Travers into the windup. 1-2 up high. Did he check? They're going to appeal to first base. He did check. That was close.
That was close. But no offer given.
No. Back to 2-2. Eli steps out, resets. Travis accepts the sign. 2-2, got him. Fastball swung on and missed. 3 up, 3 down, all by strikeout in the 4th. We move to the 5th. Game moving along pretty quickly. Still plenty of daylight. We are under a field that has plenty of lights if we should need them. But we're through 4. Heading to the top of the 5th. And it looks like we're going to see a pitching change. Andrew Walker is on the mound now, warming up for USN. So that'll close the book on Charles Cook. 4 innings. Gave up 2 runs, both earned. But he pitched very well. He was very effective. And the defense played well behind him to help him out. He won't get the win tonight, though. Perhaps that will come to young Andrew on the effort of a USN rally. Sometime in the 5th, 6th, or 7th, that's when we'll need it. Coach Scouten, what are our chances of getting a booth like this at the River campus?
Imminent.
Great.
This is a beautiful facility. I'm grateful for having a nearby neighbor like Vanderbilt. Good experience for both schools. We've played a few different schools here. Hume Fogg, last year Providence Christian. I think this is our first time playing FRA here. But could be, as we switch districts next year, this could be a good opportunity for us to keep something going with FRA and potentially get a nice rivalry game in here for years to come.
As I remember it, the first several games were all against Hume Fogg. That's how I remember it. And then I do remember, as you say, last year against PCA. Andrew misses up high. But yes, this would be a great crosstown rivalry game against our friends from FRA at this beautiful facility. Andrew's latest pitch is fouled off toward the tennis courts.
Good change of pace coming in with Andrew. He's got a little bit faster mechanics and arm, and FRA is slow to catch up, first batter at least.
First batter chops it towards Andrew. He scoops it up, shuttles it over to first base. 1 away. That brings up Zenner, the leadoff man.
A nice Tiger crowd out tonight. A lot of lower schoolers. Filling up the stands, waving their pom-poms, eating their Cracker Jacks.
Zenner hammers one towards center field. On a dead run back is Harry. He can't get to it. Picks it up near the warning track, throws it in. Hustling to third is Zenner, and he will get there. Stand-up triple for Zenner with 1 out. And he threatens to increase the FRA lead, which currently stands at 2-0. Harry had no play on that one. It was over his head from the start. Nice hit from Zenner, who's had a nice day. He scored the first run. And we'll look to add a second. Curveball to Riggs, missed. Andrew comes set. Looks to third, throws home. Just inside for a ball. FRA's hitters have been in close to the plate which resulted in 3 hit batsmen in the first 3 innings, but none in the 4th, and none so far in the young 5th inning. Andrew throws home. That's a strike. 2-1. Come set. 2-1 on the way. Swung on a miss. Strike 2. That fastball was moving, both in terms of pace and also a little tail on it towards the outside corner. So he's got Riggs 2-2. Here's the pitch. Curveball just missed inside. No, he got him. I was fooled again. It was very close to the inside corner. Riggs had to turn, thinking that it might hit him, but it broke back in and caught the inside corner for the strikeout. Beautiful curveball from Andrew, and we've got 2 away. Always a crucial second out with that runner on third base. Zenner 90 feet away. First pitch curveball for a strike. Potts doubled and scored in the first, singled in the third. So he's 2 for 2. The 0-1 is low for a ball. Andrew looking to get out of trouble here. 1-1 on the way, high and inside. Ball 2. Tiger defense not very deep. Again, Harry pretty shallow in center field. In left field looks like normal depth. Eli Schuster also in pretty close in right field as the 2-1 is in for a strike. So 2-2. Here's the delivery. Swung on and hit hard to left field. Going back, and not able to get there is Charles Cook. It's going to be a double. Potts is 3 for 3, and he adds an RBI to his total. 2 runs batted in, 3 hits, and it's 3-0 FRA. Two pretty deep shots for the Panthers here in their half of the 5th. The triple by Zenner got all the way to the center field wall. And that double from Potts wasn't far behind. First pitch to Gadsby is a ball. 1-0. Gadsby with a turquoise highlighted bat. Carson blocks the pitch. Couldn't find it for a moment, but it was right in front of him. 2-0. Andrew takes the sign, comes set at the belt. Fires home, up high. 3-0. Interesting situation here. We had players swinging away on 3-0 in the first inning. And with 2 outs and a runner in second, we'll see if he is here. The 3-0 is on the inside corner for a strike. Andrew looking to battle back. 3-1 to Gadsby. Pitch on the way. Chopper towards Peck at short. He's got it. Quick throw over to first. Got him. So USN gives up 1 more in the 5th on a triple from Zenner, double from Potts. FRA leads it 3-0. USN with 3 more tries to dig out of this deficit. We'll see if we continue to see Travers on the mound for FRA or if they too make a change. Travers was in the on-deck circle. but does look to be headed back to the mound. It will be Oliver Stahl to lead off for USN, and then we're back to the top of the order with Eli Whelan and Alexander Peck. 3-0 remains the score. Tigers have had runners on base. They did load the bases, but have not been able to plate any just yet. Still plenty of good time and daylight, though, to get it done. Some USN high school students have started to file in as their afternoon practices have come to an end. And we're ready to begin the bottom of the fifth as Oliver strides in to the left-handed batter's box, twirling the bat over his head. First pitch is low and inside for a ball. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and poked over towards shortstop. Tough play. Got him. Shortstop had to throw on the run. He had to charge and move over towards the third base side. Always a tough throw, but he delivered it right on the money. And there's one away, bringing USN to the top of the order. Eli Whelan is in that leadoff spot. He had such a great year as an 8th grader last year. He gets a bat on this one, and this is going to be a base hit. It's going to drop right in front of the center fielder. Nicely done. So Eli is aboard with 1 out. Alexander Peck steps in. Somewhat near the plate. I couldn't describe him as crowding it, but certainly not far off it as he fouls the first pitch back towards the McGugan Center. Sort of lets the bat rest on his shoulder for a moment as Travers comes set. Eli's at first. The 0-1 is in the dirt. Nice stop from Zenner, the catcher. Here's the 1-1. Curveball missed outside. 2-1. Tigers in need of some offense and fairly quickly trailing 3-0. 1 out, 1 man on. Fastball swung on and missed. 2-2. Alexander refocuses. Here's the 2-2. Down low for a ball. Full count. Travers checks Whelan over at first. Comes set. Here's the 3-2. It hit him. He missed inside. Alexander, with some measure of disgust, throws his arm guards over to the bench and takes his place at first base. So USN has 2 on and 1 out as Carson Dar comes to the plate. Carson leads the team with home runs with 2, which I believe he had both in the same game earlier this season. And if he could find one right now, what a thing it would be for USN. And it would be something he would remember all his life, hitting a home run out of one of the great college stadiums of the world. He's ahead 1-0. Travers is set. Fastball's hammered toward left field. It's going to be a base hit. It gets down in front of the center fielder. They're waving Eli around. The throw is cut off by the pitcher, and Eli scores. So Carson Darr with an RBI single. And the rally is underway at Hawkins Field. USN trails 3-1. And that brings the go-ahead run to the plate in young Andrew Walker. Peck at second, Carson Darr at first. First pitch is inside, nearly hit him. It did hit him, in fact. And Andrew Walker hustles over to first, loading the bases. So the go-ahead run is on first base. Andrew's going to run it out a little bit. That pitch looked like it might have hit him somewhere near the ribs, but he's okay. Looks good. Gets a little high five from the first base coach. And FRA is going to have a little mound visit here. They sense the Tiger momentum is building. One out here in the bottom of the fifth. Peck on third, Carson on second, Andrew Walker on first, and young Harry Stahl coming to the plate. And he cannot wait to get in there. He is already standing in the batter's box, waiting for this mound visit to end. And to him, it can't end soon enough. He wants to bring the Tigers their first lead of the evening, and we'll see if he can do it. Travers remains the pitcher, comes set with the bases loaded. First pitch. Outside, ball one. Tiger fans giving a little more of a cheer now with every pitch as they sense the momentum as well. Travers comes set. The 1-0 is swung on and missed. Harry gave a mighty cut at that one. Trying to get all 3 RBIs at once, or maybe even a full 4 if he could get it. Travers comes set. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed again. This would be a big out for FRA if they could get it, but just as big a hit for USN if Harry could deliver. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Pitch had good movement in towards the left-handed hitter, and it stymied Harry. He went down on strikes. So we've got 2 outs and the bases loaded again as A.J. Truss comes to the plate. Beloved scout and advisee. And they'll have plenty to talk about on Wednesday if he can deliver here for USN. First pitch is outside for ball 1. AJ does have a hit today. He got a hit in the second inning. The 1-0 misses for ball 2. There's nowhere to put him. Travers looks things over. No one being held anywhere. Pitch is fouled back to the screen. 2-1. AJ stands in. Travers gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1. Swung on and missed. Tigers have had trouble at times catching up to the speed of the Travers fastball. That's what happened to Harry in the previous at-bat and is happening a little bit to AJ now. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, hit towards second base, but it's going to be caught, and it's going to be a simple 4-3 putout, ending the Tiger threat. So they leave them loaded in the 5th, but they get one across. So the Tigers are on the board, and they trail 3-1 as we go to the 6th. It's been a great game. Both sides have pitched well. The defense has been good. We can't really say that there's been any errors on either side. So both sides have brought their best to the big occasion of the chance to play here at Vanderbilt's great Hawkins Field.
Second time Tigers have loaded the bases there, leaving it open. Do get one across in the inning, but tough to get bases full and then see your next two outs without good contact at the plate. But good chance for the Tigers. See more pitches and maybe even get into the FRA bullpen here coming back with two more chances.
You'd have to guess that Travers has thrown a good number of pitches by now and that he might not go all 7, but it all remains to be seen. But what Coach Scouten says is, of course, true. If the Tigers don't come from behind to win this one, they will have plenty to look back on in terms of offensive opportunities that they were not able to capitalize on. The third and the fifth innings were the ones where they loaded the bases. But we start now the sixth, and it's still our man Andrew on the pitching mound, delivering for USN. It's Travers, the pitcher, to lead off the sixth for FRA. He is the number 5 hitter. First pitch up high. Andrew working from the windup, throws, and the 1-0 is down low for ball 2. Here's the 2-0. Swung on and fouled over the left field bleachers.
Not sure if I gave our new head coach, Colburn, heads up on how many baseballs to bring to this game. It's a little different than playing at home where you get every ball back, or most balls back, that are followed out of play. Here, obviously, you've got the football stadium next door. You got street parking, tennis courts across the street, high netting. It looks like it's eating up at least a couple. So, might need to increase the budget for the baseballs.
Yeah, they don't all come back here. You can't send a kid out to go get them. Meanwhile, Andrew struck Travers out to help his own cause. And we've got one away, and the first pitch to Hinthorn is a strike. So, Andrew pitching well. Here's the 0-1, strike 2. Fastball right at the knees. Andrew also is mainly a fastball, curveball pitcher. He throws a fastball here. Ooh, and he just missed. He thought he had him. Snatches the ball out of the air on the return throw from the catcher. He's a little frustrated. Just missed. Hinthorn stands in. Here's the 1-2, swung on and fouled back behind the plate. Andrew still ahead 1-2. Here's the windup. Curveball. Slipped out of his hands. Missed up high. Went to the backstop and levels the count at 2-2. Here's the pitch. Fastball got him. 2 strikeouts for Andrew to start the 6th. That brings Pinkston to the plate. FRA will look to get it going with 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Andrew. Chopper right up to the mound. No trouble for Andrew, and the side is retired in order. Andrew loves it. Quickly hustling back to the dugout, hopping over the foul line as he does so. 3 up, 3 down for FRA in the 6th. They continue to lead by the narrow margin of 3-1. USN will be down near the bottom of the order. Actually, at the bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9. Charles Cook, Eli Schuster, Oliver Stahl to start the 6th. Two more innings to try to tie it up or steal the lead, and we'll see if they can do it. If the result holds, Charles Cook will be the pitcher of record for USN today, but he would certainly like to avoid that fate and can help himself to do so with a good start, good at bat to start the bottom of the 6th. Meanwhile, we do indeed have a pitching change for FRA. At the mound now is Gadsey, who started the game in center field. Right-hand pitcher. Sort of a 3/4 delivery from no more than shoulder height. We'll see which sort of challenges he faces. He provides, I should say, to the USN hitters. The last warm-up pitch is fired down to second base. And we're ready to go. FRA 3, USN 1. Charles Cook stands in, looks to the third base coach for a sign, and is ready to go. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. Gadsey quickly set. Fires in there for a strike. Here's the 1-1 quickly on the way. Swung on a miss, strike 2. Come on, Charles. Here comes the 1-2. It is down low for a ball. So Charles stays alive. 2-2 the count. Charles in very close to the plate. 2-2 is on the inside corner. Got him. Got him looking. So 1 out here in the 6th. Brings Eli to the plate. First pitch is a strike. 0-1. Here's the 0-1 to Eli. Swung on a missed curveball. He was out in front of it. Hit would go a long way for the young man's confidence. Can he get one here? Strike 3 looking. Was near the outside corner. He didn't care for the call, but tough one to take when you're behind in the count. So that brings Oliver to the plate, batting in the 9 spot. Pitch on the way. Looks like it missed. 2-0. Ooh. The 2-0 is fouled off the catcher's helmet. As somebody who played catcher for 10 years, those always seem to the fans like they hurt, but they don't hurt at all. The ones that hurt are the ones that you get on the kneecap. Sort of between the pads of the upper part of the shin guard and the lower part. Those are the ones that really sting. Or sometimes you get the foul tip off the inside of the thigh. Those are not a good time. The 2-1 is a called strike. The 2-2 misses up high, so we've got a full count. Tigers looking to ignite a 2-out rally. Cadsey looking to shut it down before it can begin. Oliver steps out. Here comes the 3-2. Swung on and popped up over towards foul territory near the home dugout, and Gadsey makes the play. That ends the 6th, so the Tigers are down to their last 3 outs as we head to the top of the 7th. FRA still leading 3-1.
See if they bring Walker back in here for the last at bats for FRA. Tigers will have the top of the lineup coming up, so a good opportunity in the bottom of the 7th if they can shut it down. And it looks like Walker's headed to the mound to pick up the ball. So
he was very efficient in the 2 innings he's pitched thus far. He told me that on 4 days ago that he threw 84 pitches, which prevented him from starting tonight. But he's able to do some limited relief work, and he's been very effective in that work so far. We could use a quick inning here. It'll be 8-9-1 for FRA. That one is Zenner, who has been nothing but trouble for USN all night. But we can get him. I don't believe he faced Andrew yet. Oh, no, that's not true. He did. He tripled off Andrew. No big deal. Okay, so we'll see what happens. Shadow is getting very long now, covering almost the entire field with the exception of the 10 feet parallel to the first base line. First pitch is hit. Diving stop by Eli. Can he get him? No, not quite in time. Tremendous play from Eli Whelan. He prevented a double. The ball was rocketed down towards third base. Eli dove and cut it off. Fired it over to first base, but was just a fraction late. And so that puts Hagan aboard. The third base coach now whispering in the ear of the number 9 hitter, Gaunt. And I wonder if we'll see a bunt to try to get an insurance run towards scoring position. With the top of the order behind him. Gaunt does square to bunt. The runner goes. Throw is a one-hopper. It got past AJ at second base, but Peck backed it up. Anyway, the runner is easily safe at second, and so he is in scoring position either way. Gaunt receiving now more instruction. No reason not to expect him to square up again. No one out here in the 7th. FRA looking to add to their 3-1 lead. Here's the pitch. Just off the inside corner, ball 2. Andrew comes set. Pitches in there for a strike, I think. It was low. Three balls, no strikes to Gaunt. Taking all the way, and he takes strike one. Andrew comes set. Here's the 3-1. Fastball, strike two. So Andrews worked it back to a full count. Here comes the 3-2. Fastball again, chopped towards shortstop. Peck has it, fires over to first. Got him. Rounding third for a moment. But not trying to score was Hagen. And we've got one out and a runner on third base as FRA returns to the top of the lineup in Zenner. Zenner tripled and scored a couple of innings ago. He's got a chance to drive in a run here. Curveball up high. Ball one. Zenner, the lefty, takes the second pitch and takes ball two. So it's 2-0. As Andrew comes set. Fastball is fouled back. Some young fans trying to find their way to the foul ball.
Maybe we'll get one back.
Hope springs eternal. Here's the 2-1 from Andrew. Fouled over to the left side. It's going to be out of play. So it's 2-2. Zenner has been a tough out for USN all night. But if Andrew could get him here, sure would go a long way to get that second out. Chance to get out of this inning unscathed. 2-2 on the way. Curveball missed up high. Full count. Feels like it has to be a fastball here. Everybody in the stadium knows it. He missed up high, so it's ball four. First and third now for the Panthers, leading 3-1. One out, top of the seventh, and Riggs coming to the plate. Tigers have done fairly well against Riggs, while Zenner and Potts, who bookend him, have done quite a lot of damage. Coach Colburn out to the mound, and by the looks of it, I think we're going to see a change. Andrew, coming off short rest, has pitched well. And I believe, who are we going to see? We going to see AJ? No. Yeah, this is Oliver. Left-handers towing the right edge of the rubber. Oliver's an 8th grader, isn't that right?
That's correct.
Okay. Getting in plenty of good work. Just as young Eli Whelan did last year, to great effect. And this is a very big moment for the young man. As we've been saying, Tigers in serious need of getting out of this jam to stay in the game. 2 runs in the 7th inning, very surmountable, but if it swells to 3 or 4, That makes it quite significantly more difficult. So we'll see what USN can do. The warm-up pitches are completed, and Riggs now stands in. Lefty pitcher, righty batter. Let's see how it plays out. Oliver comes set. Runner goes. And he takes second uncontested as the first pitch is a strike. Second and third now with one out in the top of the seventh. FRA continues to enjoy a 3-1 lead. And we're going to have a runner change with the runner at second base. Anderson checks in for FRA as the pinch runner. Riggs behind 0-1. Infield is in for USN. The 0-1 misses. Tapping the plate is Riggs. Looks ready. Coming set is Oliver. 1-1 on the way. Just off the inside. Two balls and a strike to Riggs. Oliver comes set. Here's the pitch. Chopper towards the infield. Oh, they're going to say foul. It hit him. So, 2-2. Let's see what Oliver goes with here in the 2-2 count. Pitch on the way. Fastball missed outside. Full count. First base, the only open base at the moment, as the Panthers have runners at second and third. No runner being held on. Infield just standing on the grass. And I thought it was a 3-2 count, but the pitch seemed to miss, and the runner is not taking first base, so must have been 2-2.
He's not giving you a lot of help behind the plate.
No.
Offering signs.
Very inscrutable. Here's the pitch. He fouled it off his shin again. So, count remains full. Oliver comes set. Deep breath. Throws home. It is low. Ball 4. Riggs takes first base, and they are loaded for Potts, who has 2 doubles and a single tonight. He's 3 for 3. And the infield retreats to double play depth. High drama here at the Hawk. Top of the 7th. USN trails by 2. Bases loaded for the Panthers. USN has had them loaded twice tonight and wasn't able to score either time. Let's see what FRA can do. First pitch from Oliver is crushed to left field. Running back is Charles. It's off the top of the wall. Charles fires it in on a hop, and it's going to be a long single, so 1 run scores.
Charles played that about as good as you could play off of that big monster wall in left field here at Hawkins Field. The wall is actually curved, so it can oftentimes kick back towards center field or back to the corner. Unfortunately for Charles, that one came right off the wall and right back to him.
It was a big play. It saved at least 1 more run from scoring. The bases remain loaded with 1 out, as Oliver's first pitch is a strike. USN trailing now 4-1, but it could have been much worse. That's a great call by Coach Scouten. Charles played it very nicely indeed out there in left field. Here's the 0-1 from Oliver. Did it hit him? I think it was in the dirt for sure. And looks like it did not. So we've got a 1-1 count to Gadsey, the cleanup hitter. Tigers in desperate need of an out here. Can they get one? Here's the 1-1. Again, just low. Carson keeps it in front of him. 2 balls and a strike. Oliver comes set. He delivers. That is a base hit past third base. It looks like it's going to score 2. The throw home is cut off. And FRA adds to their lead now 6-1. Carson Darr calls for time. He's going to go talk to young Oliver for a moment. Got to get him to keep his chin up. In what certainly is a very tough situation. First and second. 1 out in the 7th. 6-1 now the score. Here's the pitch. Curveball in the dirt. Here comes the 1-0. Fly ball towards center field. Running back is Andrew, and he's under it, makes the catch. Tagging and trying for third. And getting there is, I believe, Pinkston. Can't say for sure. But it's the second out. First and third now for FRA. 2 outs in the 7th. Their lead is 5 runs. Oliver comes set, and Hinthorn calls for time. So we'll reset. We'll see if FRA tries to steal again and get the free second base. With 2 outs, it's not as free, but the pitch, it bounces to Carson, and indeed, Travers does steal second base. So we've got now second and third with 2 outs. But Oliver will look to get the man at the plate. Come set, here's the pitch. Outside for a ball, 2-0. Curveball in there for a strike. 2-1. Hinthorn struck out a couple of times tonight, so if we get those pitches in the strike zone, that might be what we need to do. Meanwhile, I've got a ground ball to Peck at shorts. Fires over to first. It's in the dirt, and Eli can't scoop it. Both runs score. The throw was a little bit low, and he couldn't bring it in. So what should have been the third out, unfortunately, is not, and that makes the FRA lead now 8-1. 5 runs here in the top of the 7th.
This has been part the season so far for the Tigers. One inning has been the undoing in about half of the games, and it's come at different times throughout each game. But I know it's something the boys have in their mind. They're definitely competing, keeping it close for much of the game. It just seems like one inning has become their Achilles heel. That's why you have to play 7.
Got to play all 7. Meanwhile, we've got a single from Pinkston. Advancing to third on the play was Hinthorn. So we've got first and third, 2 outs. Hagan, the number 8 hitter at the plate. Score remains 8-1. Oliver comes set. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. FRA content not to try to take the extra base now. 1-2 the count. Oliver fires home. It is popped up. Oliver calling for it, and he's got it. So that ends the 7th, top half of the 7th. FRA tacks 5 runs on, and USN has their work cut out for them in the 7th. They trail 8-1.
Oliver gets the final pop out there. His brother Harry charging in from third base. They exchanged a little bit of a look as Oliver called him off at the last second. The younger brother taking the out for himself on that one.
I thought it was his ball.
No,
He
I
did,
would agree.
yeah, he did well to take it.
All right, top of the lineup for the Tigers here.
It's who you'd want to have. You wouldn't want to be down by 7, but if you had to pick who you wanted to start or rally off, it would be Whelan, Peck, Carson Dar, and that's just what we've got. We still see Gadsby on the mound for FRA, and that will be the riddle that USN will need to solve if they're going to make a heroic run at this one.
The challenge here for the Tigers is that we need to see all 3 of these guys twice this inning. And that, thus far, has been what the Tigers have been looking for, is to get those runners in scoring position out of the top of the lineup across the plate with the bats at the bottom of the lineup. So we'll see if they can do it. No better time, no better place.
Final words exchanged between catcher and pitcher. Catcher resumes his place behind the plate. And here we go. Eli Whelan takes strike 1. Check swing. Pitch got the outside corner. And the 0-1 looks like it missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch to Whelan in the dirt. 2-1. On the way, swung on and missed. Another one out near the outside corner. Eli had to come off his back foot to get near it, but couldn't connect, and it's 2-2. Here's the 2-2, fouled back over the first base dugout. Still 2-2. Eli looking to ignite the spark that we need here in the 7th. 2-2 is low and away for a ball. Three balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Gadsby. Hammered, but foul. So we'll try the 3-2 again. And he got tied up with a curveball inside, I think. And swung and missed. So we've got 1 away. Alexander Peck steps in. One out, nobody on in the USN half of the 7th. He got a little jammed inside. Fouled it back. Onto the platform, not too far from us, a little off to our left. Kids scurrying in its general direction, trying to scoop up a souvenir. In any case, it's 0-1. Here's the pitch, just off the outside corner. One on the way. Peck fouls another one off. He was a little out in front of it. Oh, and it just got over the netting. Scattering some young children. Meanwhile, the 1-1 misses. Excuse me, the 1-2 misses. So it's 2-2. Chopper towards third. It is foul, I believe. The umpire could make a signal at some point before the game is over. That would be appreciated.
At least the first base umpire down the opposite line.
Yeah.
Gave a signal of foul ball. It was about our only indication we received.
2-2 to Peck on its way. Curveball missed up high. So another full count. USN trying not to go quietly here. 3-2 is fouled off. Looks like that might have been ball 4. But he got the bat on it, and he stays alive. Here comes the 3-2. Another chopper towards third, and also foul. This time I took my friend Coach Scouten's advice and looked to the first base umpire, and he gave a very clear signal.
Peck is way out in front of these pitches right now.
3-2 misses, and we've got a 1-out walk. So the Tigers are hanging on. And
a little smile on the face of the pitcher for FRA right now. I think he feels like that's a justified walk after about 12 pitches.
Both sides competed admirably during the at-bat, but Peck gets the better of it, and now is at first base. Carson Dar at the plate. First pitch is outside for a ball.
It's a group of the boys lacrosse team came in, FRA and USN, a little partnership we've had for the last 2 seasons. Jovially sitting next to each other. A little bit bigger smiles on the FRA boys. Different story during basketball season, but right now, FRA getting the better of the Tigers in this one.
Carson steps back in. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Carson a little frustrated. He knew he wasn't far off of it. But he's got another chance. Working from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Missed up high.
The last one looked like a changeup that Carson decided he wanted to swing at a little bit late. Got him with a little bit of an off speed on.
Carson draws a walk. So with one out, USN with runners at first and second. And the cleanup man, Andrew Walker, stepping in.
Walker's had a home run already this year. Be a good time to pick another one up here.
First pitch is inside for a ball. Gadsby now struggling slightly to find the zone. These aren't 4 pitch walks, certainly, but Andrew turns on one. It's a fly ball towards shallow right field. Charging in is the right fielder, and he makes the play. Tagging his Peck. They throw it over to third. It's not going to be anywhere near in time. And USN now has first and third, but down to their last precious out. Trailing by 7. And Harry Stahl stands in. The last faint hope for USN. With the situation being first and third, the FRA catcher and pitcher work out the defensive plan. And we're ready to go. Here's the pitch. Swung on and grounded to first base. It's going to be taken unassisted, and the ball game is over. So USN unable to score in their half of the 7th. Final score from Hawkins Field. FRA 8, USN 1. In a game that really was so much closer than that. It was 3-1 going into the 7th. But USN was unable to tourniquet the bleeding, and it got away from us a little bit. But it was a wonderful game. We'll have FRA again tomorrow at their place, and a chance to exact a little bit of revenge, which I'm sure we'll do our best to do. Coach Scouten, any parting words for us?
No, Tigers are in a good spot. I think they're probably frustrated with the lack of wins thus far, but 2 teams here. The Tigers can still pick up another one, their first win tomorrow against FRA. Both squads pretty similar. New coaching staff on each for each of the respective schools, and I'm not sure if either one has more on their roster than the other. We look about even. So be a good grudge match tomorrow. And then the Tigers have a home and away against Mount Juliet Christian at the end of the week. So a good week for the Tigers to hopefully pick up their first win. And hopefully we can do just that.
Be sure you don't miss that first Tigers District win, whenever it might be. And be sure to be with us at the River Campus on Thursday. Is that right, when we play Mount Juliet Christian?
Thursday is at home against Mount Juliet Christian. So that'll be the same night as senior night. Hopefully we get another decent crowd. It'll be great to see a lot of Tiger fans supporting on Thursday night at the River Campus. Be a busy one.
If you're not at the River Campus this Thursday night, you're making some terrible decisions. We got a lot of outstanding stuff going on, and you should be there. We will be there, and we hope to see you there. For the great Josh Scouten, this has been Dr. Fitz. Been great to be with you, and we look forward to the next one. See you then.